So I'm here with Maxine outside Feel Good Factor on a Thursday afternoon, and we're joining a sewing group, which, Maxine, you've been a part of this sewing group for how long?
I've been coming now for a year and a half, when I stopped working. I've done a bit of sewing before. Initially when I was at school, home economics they used to call it then.
Right.
But and then I did a little bit in my teen years. I used to make my own outfits, and then I decided to pick it back up once I stopped working. Definitely, for me there's a social aspect for it, because that's what Feel Good Factor's about as well. It's about bringing people together who are struggling with isolation, with mental health, with just a lot of different things. I myself, when I came because I'd stopped working, and I wasn't quite sure how I was going to feel about that. And I was scared of being stuck in the house, so I came for that reason. But people come here for a lot of different reasons, and you see the change in people. You watch people grow, make friends, become less shy.
And it's nice to see a man teaching the sewing group as well, isn't it?
And he's couture. I mean, he's a real deal. Right. He really is good at his craft.
How long have you been coming to the sewing group?
Oh gosh, years. Probably about 8 or 9 years, yeah.
Oh my God, wow, so it's been going on for a long, long time then. Yes. And did you sew before you came to the group?
Not really, no. I was a complete novice.
Oh wow. And so what instigated the first step to come to the sewing group at Feel Good Factor?
Well, I originally started at the knitting group, and so I learned how to knit and crochet here, and then they started up the sewing group.
What is it that kind of keeps you coming back?
Oh, well, they're just so friendly here and, welcoming, and it's just such a lovely place to come and spend a few hours every week and get on with stuff. It's really good.
Right. Would you say to anybody who's interested in coming to the group, what kind of people do you think would benefit most from coming?
Oh, anybody really. People who don't get out much, it's a good place to come and just find your feet and make friends. Yeah.
So very glad to be joined by Peter here at Feel Good Factor on a Thursday for the sewing group. Yeah. Thank you very much for joining us, Peter.
Welcome.
Thank you. What is it about it that keeps people coming back?
I think mainly the veracity of different people from various backgrounds. Because at the moment we've got Caribbean, English, we had Polish, we had all different nationalities of people dropping in, and it's a place they can have coffee, talk, and actually do something. It's just been a fabulous time just to meet all these different people and pass on my skills to individuals and see them then do something for themselves in doing it.
What kind of skill level do people need to have in order to come here to start?
They don't have to have any.
No skill level at all?
No, just wanting to learn. We've had some people who are, for instance, we had Kate who never knew how to sew. She did a bit of sewing, hand sewing, but then all of a sudden she made a dress.
How long would it be before I could, make a cushion?
You could do it straight away.
No, you've never seen me. You've never seen me trying to learn.
Well, the first thing I usually do is get everyone to sew like on the paper. If you the machine. Because most people want to just get on the machine. You don't get on the machine straight away. Right. Learn about the pattern, what's the pattern's about. So once they've done that, they suddenly click, and then get on the machine. If they can sew a paper, they said, "Oh my gosh, well, let's have a check with the fabric. I can do the little testing stuff." And once they can do that, then it's times to go on to the fabric. We've had a man in the class as well. Yeah. He used to bring his own machine. He'd never sewn, but he bought a machine.
He bought his own machine.
He bought a machine, an old one, a very heavy one, and he didn't know how to sew. And he says, "I just need to know to do my own trousers, how to alter them and make them. I don't want to make nothing new at the beginning. I just want to learn how to use my machine." And in the end, he could do his own hemming, take off his waistband and put his own zips in, and he was amazed.
What is it that you take away from coming to these sessions and teaching? What's the joy for you out of these classes?
Meeting all these different people, and as I said, passing on my skills and seeing them use it. There's nothing more pleasing to see a student finish a garment and the garment looks good. I always say to them, if you've made something and somebody says, oh, I like your garment, and you say, oh, thank you, I made it, and this is, I can tell you didn't do a very good job. But if they say, I like your garment, where did you get it from? I made it. You didn't. You know you've done a good job. Right. And I think, to me, that's completed the brief which I've set. And that's worth the 2.5 hours you've left your home to be with other people, and you should see their face. They can't wait to start on the project. And to me, that's
a satisfaction.
I take that back as a satisfaction. I've made you, for me, I've made you into somebody to be reckoned with. Area, everybody's doing their own thing, because that's who people are. We're all individual. And one of the things which I'm a trained designer, fashion designer, and one of the things which I'm really, really annoyed with at this moment, and I find very depressing, there is no individuality at this moment. Everyone's looking the same. I'm older than I look. But growing up, everybody was individual. And everybody just enjoyed themselves, and it helped to identify individual them being themselves. Right. But now we've got everybody's like a clone. Everybody's looking like the hairstyle, the eyelash, the makeup, the designer label. And here people come, and as you get older, you get comfortable, and you get more settled in your own identity. And I find that people after 30 more like thinking, oh, I'm getting to know who I am, and certain thing I want to do for me. And I think that these are the people that's been coming to the class. And to me it's good, because as I said, we've got all different age range, and then they're passing on their little skills and what they've learned through life, whether it's in the sewing or it's just do with life. Now, to me, that all encompass what we're talking about, what we're doing here with the sewing. It's everything coming together. You know, I can take a bit of yours, you take a bit of mine, and make it into yours. And to me, that's what the world's about. Right. I mean, you do cooking, you find I might use a bit of the English, and I'll use a bit of the Caribbean, I'll use a bit of that. But when you taste it, it's in the tasting, because that's what you want. And that's what's happening here. Okay. This little bit of magic.